Hey guys, back again. I'm improvising a new studio, as you can see, because I'm not actually in my home this time. But I wanted to also use some quick news. First of all, we are once again mourning the passing of Metalhead. This time we're sad to inform you about the death of Taiji Sawada, guitarist for, bassist for X Japan, and also for Loudness from Japan, of course. Apparently he was arrested on July the 17th, early this month, because he was July the 11th, because he was being a bad person, or rather unruly, on a flight from Saipan to Tokyo. He got moved back to Saipan in Japan, of course, and he was put in prison. He was judged. He was going to be judged, and he tried to hang himself. He got into the ICU at the Commonwealth Health Center in Saipan, and he died after he was being taken from there. Of course, it's very sad. Apparently, he was, like I said, he was being a very obnoxious person on the flight, and he was mothering the other passengers, and being a usual rockster. It's sad to say that this happens very often, and that it has to come to this. Like I said on the first take of this video, it's take number 2, that it's sad to see people pass away, especially metalheads, because we all know how important they are. Like last week we were mourning the death of Wurzel from Motorhead, and now we have to mourn the passing of Tawada. And of course, for those of you who know about X Japan, you know that they also lost a guitarist earlier. I can't remember the exact date, but they lost this guy called Hide, and now they had to do it. They had to go through the lengthy mourning process that is losing a band member, even if he was not part of the band anymore. On happier news, Derek Sherinian from Black County Communion, Billy Idol, Alice Cooper, of course Dream Theater, and Yngwie Malmsteen is going to release his new album Oceania on September the 5th via Masked Records. It was produced rather by Sherinian himself and Simon Phillips, and it features the guest appearances of Joe Bonamassa, Steve Lukather, Simon Phillips himself, Steve Stevens, Tony McAlpine, Doug Aldrich, Tony Franklin, and Jimmy Johnson. Apparently it's very inspired in vintage Jeff Beck records of music, and I'm not surprised to see Joe Bonamassa doing something for him, especially since they've been partners in the Black County Communion. So I'm never been really a fan of Sherinian, but I'm gonna be checking this out and maybe talk to you about it, because I think it's gonna be something interesting. It's Oceania. It's gonna be having 9 songs. It's gonna have 5 elements: Mercury 7, Mulholland, Euphoria, Ghost Runner, El Camino Diablo, I Heard That, 7 Sins, and Oceania, the title track. And September 5, it's not so far away, so we'll be checking into that. Lacuna Coil is announced that they're going to be pushing back their album to next year, for some unnamed reason. The Century Media Records decided that they're going to be pushing back to the album from the previously announced October release date. Dark Adrenaline is the name of the album, as we already commented a few weeks back, and it's gonna be. We're still waiting for it. We're still hanging on hope that new album is gonna be better than the last one. Another great news for the metal community. Iron Maiden singer Bruce Dickinson, I think I don't have to mention his name, has just received his honorary doctorate in music from Queen Mary University, where he studied, and where he got his degree from, I think, history, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, degree in history in 1979, because his parents wanted to do something other than metal. Go figure. The award was presented on Tuesday, July 19th, by Professor David Baker of the Center for Neuroscience and Trauma for the contribution of Mr. Dickinson, now Dr. Dickinson, for the music, which although I'm very happy for it, I haven't heard if maybe Steve Harris has gotten something similar, because Steve Harris is the one doing most of the composing. So anyway, what else do you want me to say about it? I think it's very important that metalheads are being recognized for their contributions to music. And other than that, congratulations to Mr. Dickinson. For those of you who are still fan of Disturbed, or who still like some of the songs that they make, such as I am, there's been going these rumors that the band is splitting up. And when he was asked by one of his fans on Friday on Twitter, David Raymond answered that they don't know what they're gonna be doing yet. But after they finish this tour, they're gonna be going away for a long time, and possibly planning. It's not clear, but they're going to be going away for a long time. And they're going to be, maybe loaning or leasing the name of their tour, Music as a Weapon, but they still don't know what's going on for quite a while now. Apparently we're not going to be knowing about this tour for a long while. I don't know how to take this. Like I said, I'm not really a fan of the last stuff they've been doing, but I think they have some good stuff, and I would like to see them do more of the good stuff again. For those of you who are fans of Blind Guardian, yay! There's a new update on the new album. For something we've been expecting for a lot of time, which is the orchestral album by Blind Guardian. Apparently, it's gonna be based on the work of one German author called Markus Heitz, Heitz, Heitz. Which I haven't heard of. Apparently they've been they've been working together with the stories about high fantasy and everything, and it's gonna be something like soundtrack musical like anthems that they had come up with. They've been exchanging ideas like it's not so much as basing the music around the band about the books or whatever he's writing, as much as making a story together with both parts. Like Hansi himself, that sometimes the music is dictating the story, sometimes the story is dictating the music, which is, I think, very, very interesting, especially for somebody like Hansi, who is obviously such a big fan of fantasy styles books, and now doing something like this. I think it's very interesting, and of course it makes the upcoming orchestral album very, very interesting. And well, you have the experience that this guy apparently is very, very famous in Germany for his books, and the fact that he's into fantasy and he was role playing, and he liked Blind Guardian before he started working with him, makes it a bit better for everyone, right? So hang on to that. For those of you who know this band, grindcore band apparently, which I haven't not been able to check out, but they say that they're very good. It's called Landmine Marathon. They're going to be releasing their new album, which is going to be called Gallows, and it's going to be coming out on September 27th via Prosthetic Records. It was produced by the guitarist Ryan Butler at Arcane Digital Recording Studio, who has done work for Exhumed, Night Rage, Misery Index, and Fulvia, and mastered by Derek Shirk at Sonorous Mastering. It also features a new band's drummer, Andy York. And well, I can't really talk much about the band. Like I said, I haven't checked it out, but I know they have a really, really pretty singer, girl singer. So maybe we should check out the looks. The last news I wanted to talk about is something that kind of saddens me because of who's involved. Apparently, this previous week, Danny Filth, mastermind and main man behind Cradle Filth, was arrested and injured at a festival in France because he was being rather obnoxious, and apparently he was trying to cling on to his rockstar status and behaved in an unruly manner, forcing him to cancel another because of his injuries, forcing him to cancel another that presentation that the band was going to be having on the Wacken Open Air Festival this year, which they're going to have to redo next year. Sorry. I'm saddened this because, of course, I always admire Danny Filth, like I said often here in the show, but also because I always perceive the metalheads as being more level-headed than most artist, and to see Danny Filth behave himself in that way, or hear about himself, about him being like that, makes me, you know, sad. The word sad. I've always thought that most metalheads can keep their cool and keep a level head, and now to see something like that, well, it saddens me, and I hope it gets across the board my message that I hope more metalheads would be more level-headed, you know, and that we should try to. Metal has always been about being different and sometimes better than most people that around us, and I think it's kind of sad that at the end of it, when push comes to shove, we show that we are not really any better than the people from which we take slander against. And other than that, I really didn't have time this week to plan reviews. I would strongly suggest, in case I haven't talked about it, that you check out Anathema's A Natural Disaster, which I'm going to be talking about next week, and of course Agua Dianix, In Your Room. If you can check it out before next week, and maybe we can start doing more debate rather than me just talking to the camera. That's it for this week, guys, and take care.